I'm gonna peel this couch dry, dude.
Who's reptilians making this movie, dude? What's going on?
Get away from that! Get out of there!
This is a movie that deserves its Rotten Tomatoes 0% score.
Here's what happened.
Did you guys see Mickey 17?
Bro, what?
I think it contains the best clone effects in film history.
In film history?
I
can
think
see
so.
that.
Hey, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of Visual Effects Artist React. Today, we've got some drama to talk about, so let's just get into it right now.
All right, Christian, will you pull up the TikTok that I shared with you?
Okay, Garmin. Video speichern.
What are we looking at here?
It's hard to tell based on how far away this is and how small it is.
This looks like an AI takeover.
Yeah.
So you guys are thinking AI takeover? Okay.
I mean, okay.
That's a good theory. Let's pull up the full screen version.
Yeah. Reflections on hood. A siege car.
Wait.
Oh, is this full siege? This is Blender. This is a scan? Oh, is this like a photogrammetry scan of the city?
Yeah.
It's more obvious on the bigger screen. It was really hard to see on the TikTok screen, but that looks really good.
I was like, this looks like drone footage, but then I clearly see the shadow of a car on the ground there.
Yeah.
And it's like a little too cohesive and good for like AI, you know?
Yeah.
That shadow of the car is like a little too intelligent. Isn't that very like realistic looking? It's like deviously realistic looking.
Yeah, it's like when you focus too much on the textures of the buildings, you can see they're quite low res.
Freddie sent this to me and he's like, how do you think they did this? And he gave me the same quiz. I was looking at my phone and like, I could not figure it out. I was like, this looks like AI, but like, yet it can't be AI. It's everything from like the smear on the glass to like perfect like haze. Like it nails the dash cam footage.
Camera motion is nice too.
It's really impressive what people can do with Blender these days.
It's also just like, I was distracted by Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, where was he down there?
Go to his TikTok. He has one where it's like the proof. So like, it looks like AI. And he's like, nope. And here's the actual shot.
Yeah.
Wait, is that that's a photo scan, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Well, or like a Google Maps or Google Earth thing.
Yeah.
Dude, the people were literally just silhouettes. 2D silhouettes.
It's all you need to trick the eye.
So, I'm down to jump into mine. Fantastic Four just came out. So we're gonna take a look at not that movie. Before any of the Fantastic Four movies were made, the students at USC made a fan film about the Silver Surfer that came out in 1993.
Oh, what the heck?
So a year after T-1000.
Yeah, well, they were working on it during 1992.
Oh.
It took them a while. They're doing the same effect as the Liquid Terminator. So let's
Really?
take a look at what some kids can do in 1992.
And shooting on film is like instant production quality. Is that a Terminator action figure?
Yeah.
It is. Dude, 90s bullies are the worst. Oh,
Whoa,
and
the glasses shot. Dude, the lighting is really nice.
The kids' reflections?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, they got like the intensity of the highlights pretty dialed in. Dude, 2D cutout.
You'll see why.
Oh, okay, you narcissist, calm down.
Woo.
That's Back to the Future right there.
And that was it.
Wow, that's ambitious.
If you look at it now with today's perspective, it doesn't look good. If you're expecting the Silver Surfer from the most recent Fantastic Four film, there's obviously gonna be huge differences. But the thing is that this was made 33 years ago. So first of all, this was made on a machine that cost about $250,000.
Oh.
Eric Fleming and Robert Letterman were two students at USC. They got this whole thing off the ground. Apparently they got it in front of Stan Lee. So this was actually made with permission from Marvel. Now this is decades before Marvel Cinematic Universe and all that stuff. So at the time they were trying to get a Silver Surfer film made. And so this was kind of like their spec for that. And I think they kind of nailed the chrome look.
Yeah, they did a really
Like,
good job.
If you're just to pause on this, like, that's actually a pretty good render.
They match like the highlights perfectly and the black levels perfectly, and they're really benefiting from the fact that back then you take all this and you print it all back onto film.
Yeah.
And then that's what gets shown to people and printed from. So like just by nature, nothing's like too out of whack. It kind of gets all pushed back into the film look.
So I'm assuming they got some sort of panorama of the scene for the actual environmental reflections, including a picture of the kids in front of the camera there.
Right.
If you are doing a good job with your film exposure and your color management, you can get this effect. Like I think this is why ILM, they had the Abyss and they had the T1000,
Yeah.
and everybody's pumping out Chrome 3D models, is because back then you don't have like HDRIs. You can't change the exposure on the shot and have like the bright spots and the silver guy. Change exposure as if you were changing exposure outside. What's really happening here is it's measuring the angle of like a polygon on the model, shooting basically a sample array out to a bitmap, and then grabbing that pixel color and mapping it onto that silver guy. So whatever digital image format they're using, the color values in that image are getting mapped exactly the same onto the Chrome shader, onto the silver server.
Yeah.
So there's no like exposure changes, there's no lighting changes, there's zero light simulation. It's truly just grab a pixel, stick it on, grab a pixel, stick it on, and if your original picture is the right exposure, it will then match once it's all combined into the shot. But it's full commitment. That's the thing. It's like it's full send commitment. Your picture has to be perfectly exposed. It has to match the exposure of your film plate, and the white balance has to be the same. The film stock has to be the same. The daytime time of day has to be the same. Clouds have to be the same. Like you're really locked in.
Also, we didn't even talk about the glasses shot.
I know, the
Glasses shot is crazy.
So I'm assuming that's probably just a composite of him on that fisheye image background and then just animated somehow.
You are getting slightly different motion jitter in each of the lenses. So I don't know if it would be from one render.
Or the lenses are each just 3D shapes. I feel like you can almost see the polygons on the edges.
Or it's literally just a guy trying to cleverly animate just a 2D image in what he thinks should be the response to the tilting of the glasses and then rotoing it for each lens.
That is crazy ambitious.
So Eric Fleming and Robert Letterman were the two main guys on this piece. Robert Letterman went on to direct Monsters vs. Aliens and Detective Pikachu.
Oh, wow.
wow.
Yeah. But the main guy, Eric Fleming, whose channel this is on, didn't really direct too many movies after this. He directed a movie called My Brother the Pig.
I turned my brother into a pork chop, and now I'm driving to Mexico to see if my nanny's Aztec grandmother might be able to turn my brother back into the monster he once was. Pack up, we're going to Mexico.
And then last August, he was arrested
What? Oh, really?
because he was the one who supplied ketamine to Matthew Perry. And now
no.
he faces 25 years in prison for distributing ketamine.
What a twist this clip took, man.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well,
so
he made a great student film. we need something lighthearted.
Should we do a little palate cleanser and then go back to the drama?
Yeah, we'll use
Okay.
our visual smelling beans. Did you guys see Mickey 17?
Are you afraid to die?
This time I wasn't scared.
I really want to see this movie. I've just not gotten around to it yet.
I think it contains the best clone effects in film history.
In film history?
I can
think
see
so.
that.
I think so. But it takes place on an alien planet, and that planet is replete with what they call creepers.
Okay.
But there's some really cool interaction with the aliens and Robert Pattinson in one of these scenes, and I thought it'd be fun to take a look at it.
They're very creepy cuties.
They are, yeah, it's a fine
Not
line.
creepy crawlers, it's creepy cuties.
Creepy cuties. They're such little sweethearts. This is a really cool shot.
I imagine he's on the back of like 5 or 6 different people in like green morph suits as they like push him up onto the snow.
You're really close.
Really?
They had a full waist rig that would like hoist him out of the hole for some of the shots. But for this shot in particular, they had a team of stuntmen in white outfits instead, because he's in the snow.
They're gonna roto him anyway.
And they are literally hoisting him and trying their best, bless their hearts, not to cross over his body with their hands to obscure him. But of course, with a rig around your waist and with a whole bunch of stuntmen hoisting you up,
It's gonna happen.
it's gonna happen.
Couldn't you just cover him with some little grubs?
Well, that's the thing is, they kept the performance of Robert, right? I feel so weird calling him Robert.
Wait, is
Are
that
you going to tell me that legs and body are 3D? For a moment, I can kind of see the legs being
the
3D,
vast
actually.
majority of his body is full 3D. They were They were able to keep one arm, a little bit of the shoulders, and a part of the head. That's it. Everything else was digitally replaced and basically motion mapped in a way to his actual performance. And then they changed the animation of the grubs in order to account for that performance.
Wow.
But it's like, it's borderline seamless. There maybe are some elements of animation that are a little
Right
visible.
before you said it, I was looking at his stomach and there was something off about it. Maybe it was the carabiner, maybe it was like the stretchiness of the lines on his stomach. But it wasn't enough for me to be like, oh yeah, no, that's CG. I was just kind of like, oh, I noticed something and I didn't really understand it.
We interrupt this program to bring you VFX Producer Reacts to Good and Bad Mental States.
All right, I'm ready. Let's jump into some scenes. Oof, man, that guy's looking like he's having a rough time. He looks like he could use someone to talk to. Oh, look, this guy's looking pretty happy. He's probably in like therapy or something. So if you feel more like the first guy versus the second guy, maybe you should try therapy too. And that's where today's sponsor, BetterHelp, comes in. Producing can be very stressful, and ever since I started using BetterHelp 3 years ago, I really feel like it's made a difference in how I manage my stress. Sometimes issues with traditional therapy is that it's really hard to find somebody you click with. You're going back and forth to different offices or having different Zoom calls with different people, and worst of all, it can be really expensive. More expensive than most people can afford. But BetterHelp is trying to make it easier, more accessible, and most importantly, more affordable for people like you to find someone to talk to. So here's how it works. All you do is fill out a questionnaire and you will match with a therapist in as little as a couple days. Easily switch between therapists at any time with no extra cost if it's not the right fit. With over 7,000 reviews and a 4.3 rating on Trustpilot, BetterHelp is a platform you can trust. So if you want to give therapy a try, just click the link in the description below or go to betterhelp.com/corridorcrew and they'll give you 10% off your first month of online therapy. I personally couldn't recommend it more. Now that's it for VFX Producers React. Now I'll get you back over to VFX Artists React.
And as cool as these creatures are, I think the real hero of this entire movie are the twin effects. Now, we looked at Sinners not that long ago. And Niko, I don't know if I'm misremembering. Did you say that they were the best clone effects that you'd seen to that point? The work in Sinners. Okay, then I really want you to take a look at this.
Okay.
Dude, that moving camera. Oh, okay, so far the camera's only panning and tilting. It's not moving through space.
So far you're not moved. That's okay.
So far.
Yeah, we're building for sure.
I knew this would happen at some point.
Okay, camera's moving through space. It's pulling back. Okay, motion control. He just grabbed him.
Oh, wow.
This could be just a...
Wow.
This is mild Mickey. And this is habanero Mickey.
That's really impressive. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of subtle tricks going on.
Interacting with both of them at the same time.
That's crazy.
Bleeding. Like you weren't thinking of trying the same thing. I saw you sneaking up behind me.
Bro, what? Come on now.
At this point, I think the only way they could do this is like full 3D head replacements.
Literally nobody cared in the theater. I was losing my mind. I was like, oh. In the scene. And my wife's like, what are you doing? I'm like, that was really good.
It's gotta be a body double. How can she interact with both of them at the same time? At the very least...
Just anything goes, dude.
It's wild.
How is he twisting his own hair?
Yeah, it's that good.
The thing I'm looking at is like, who's there with her at the moment? And
Sure.
Are they swapping her out? Because like, she has to interact with both of them for the acting and they're kind of dependent on her. So like, are they doing any clever wipes and swapping her out?
I'm gonna tell you this. VFX supervisor Dan Glass said they used no motion control
Oh no.
on the entire film.
Wow.
He says that when it comes to performance, it gets in the way.
The sensible way to do something like this is to get a body double that's as close as possible, and you're doing a CG head replacement. Depending on the shot will dictate whose head gets replaced and who's actually being the primary actor in the moment. Traditionally, the twin effect is done by having one person do a take and then having the same person do a separate take, so those are two simultaneous things existing separately. When they start interacting is where the real challenges come in.
I think when he pushes the guy in his face because all motion blur, you get the original actor.
That's as close as we can get. It's like a photo of Bigfoot. It's like just a blurry, like, wait, that's him.
I don't even want to guess anymore. How did they do it, Jordan?
It's obviously, with all movies with clone effects, mixed bag, right? As is always
all
the
the
case.
above,
Traditional
correct.
split screen, as you guys saw in the beginning.
Something like this, probably traditional split screen.
There is 2D head compositing going on, specifically in the over the shoulders. I've actually found this very entertaining. Robert Pattinson has such a distinctive jawline that they found that in the dirty over the shoulders, they couldn't leave the body double in. They needed to composite the jaw back on. because it's so sharp. So I was literally watching all the dirty over the shoulder, just going, oh yeah, that's hilarious. They just put his head back in there. Typically, when filming with, these two roles playing in the same shot, whoever was leading the dance in terms of camera motion dominantly would start. They would run through it, and they would pick up the second pass. Now, for these more complex shots, VFX supervisor Dan Glass said they used deepfake compositing, and they used VoluCap's crazy rig system is what they call it. And they would do it in order to gather the perfect training data for the AI tool sets. Every single lighting environment that he was in where they knew they were gonna replace him digitally, they used this VoluCap system.
So kind of a similar thing to Sinners?
Similar thing to Sinners, but to me, this is like obviously the next level up from that. That's the VoluCap crazy rig system. That said, not that it's a magic wand, but like it's the greatest deep faking I've ever seen.
So they must be kind of doing something similar to like what they did in the second Matrix film, where they're filming Robert Pattinson doing the performance. So you're getting a full high quality performance and somehow putting that in the right spot, tracked onto somebody else's head, and doing a combination of that 3D rebuild plus a deep fake re-render, so to speak, to kind of like bring all the little details home. It's very, very good. I really want to see a breakdown of this.
Yeah.
If any VFX teams that were responsible for this, please drop a breakdown. This is so cool.
I know it's a great effect when I'm super excited to see you see it. Like as it was coming up, I was like, oh my gosh. They're about to see it.
All right, time for some drama.
Why is this drama, Niko?
All right, so War of the Worlds just dropped, 2025 edition.
Get away from that! Get out of there!
It's very poorly rated on Amazon right now. It was shot during COVID, and it's been in like re-edit hell for about 5 years.
Always a bad sign.
We're gonna kick things off with the asteroids, the alien asteroids, hitting planet Earth.
Okay.
Why'd you do that? Is that
Well,
a
they're
good sign?
aliens, but they're like they're portrayed as asteroids. So I think the idea for this film is like it's all from the point of view of Ice Cube working at like the NSA.
There was a jump cut on his Zoom call.
I'm gonna peel this couch dry, dude.
Burn up upon entering Earth's atmosphere.
She says outside.
She's holding a road mic with a dead cat on it.
Insane video. How do you upload that? This is a tough problem. How do you make everything from like a screen cap interesting for an hour and a half?
You don't.
You don't.
My coffee.
Oh no.
What is this point of view that we're in? Are we in his computer webcam or not? Oh no, my After Effects tutorial. Ready for a massive data loss causing your planes to no longer fly? Full data
the
loss.
data?
Dude, and they even delete his Facebook page from his like dead wife.
Oh,
Here we go. So it's a sufficiently janky movie.
I mean, yeah, all the effects I've seen they're fine.
Here's what happened, based on what we've researched. It was actually supposed to be kind of like this quirky, funny, like told from the point of view of Zoom kind of movie. After about a year of that, the executive team's like, no. This is way too niche. We need to go broad audience with this. And then for the next 4 years, it got re-edited and retweaked and redone. But all the effects that we're looking at are effectively the unfinished temp VFX from that first year.
Whoa.
That we're supposed to be like filtered to look like phone footage and zoomed in on, macro blocked and all that kind of stuff.
Underneath a lot of like glitching artifacts, and they're supposed to be viewed small, not full screen. So they delivered them to a degree of quality that they were anticipating being covered up.
And now they're just being played cleanly for us, and it's pretty rough. But this is where the drama begins. So we're gonna hit some slightly sensitive footage, so be forewarned. The directors and producers are using footage in the film, and their idea was like, let's take real footage, real disaster footage, real war footage, and let's comp aliens into it.
No.
Yeah.
No, that's so gross.
Fields burning. Okay, cool. Now getting to some wildfire stuff. Getting kind of a little tasteless.
I'm feeling grosser as we go.
Ugh, now some like terrorist attack or military
that
footage.
real?
Ugh, little tasteless guys. Ooh, how about some like Middle East war footage?
Oh my, wait!
Guys.
Bro, that's awful.
So back in Afghanistan, I think it was, there was a C-130, I think it was, and the cargo load didn't get strapped down correctly, or the straps broke, and it caused all that weight to shift to the back of the plane and made the plane do this. And when a plane's flying forward and then it does this, all those wings become walls, and it slows it down and just falls out of the sky. 6 or 8 service members died. Very unfortunate that it happened, and there's footage of it, and the footage is pretty wild. They had put that footage in this movie for a moment when the aliens were making the airplanes fall from the sky, and they had just left it as it was in the film. Until at some point, somebody was like, this is crazy, I need to at least redo it with CG and hope they don't notice. And that's what we actually will see in the film here. So the real footage there in the left and the CG on the right. What they've done is they've animated a CG airplane to follow the exact same motion, effectively object tracking the real crash footage. How does this make you feel, Jordan?
Well, first of all, I appreciate whoever decided to recreate it in CG. If you have a VFX artist who is likely being overworked and underpaid, pull an extra shift in secret to replace and fully rebuild your shot, you're doing something wrong, man.
Yeah.
That's a major red flag. If that's true, that's a level of dissociation from humanity that's really concerning.
Yeah, and I guess the director never realized. I was talking with someone on Reddit who apparently worked on it. It was a throwaway account, so he's not revealing himself, but he was saying that, like, no, the producer turned director specifically wanted this clip to be in the movie. He wanted that to be in the movie. It's not just a matter of, oh, I want a plane crash that looks realistic. Oh, here's a plane crash that looks real. No, it's like he wanted this specific one.
Yeah, if that's true, that's really upsetting. But yeah, I mean, even a 1-to-1 is like, I don't like it.
But here's the thing, though, is that, like, I can understand the physics reveal of this. You know, it's like, oh, yeah, if your cargo shifts in your plane and the plane goes down, it's gonna look like that. But why did they match the camera angle? Why did they match the clouds and everything about it?
Yeah, the camera shake is also very offensive to me as a VFX artist.
Yeah, it's offensive camera shake.
Those random fires with smoke plumes, one thing. Wildfires, we don't know if anyone was hurt in that one in particular. A little weirder.
A little weird, because it's like...
Still not maybe fully over the line for me, but the minute that you were talking about like people's homes being destroyed in acts of war, and you're like, we could probably make some money if we just comp some aliens in there and like make it a fun flick for the summer. Disgusting, like abjectly gross.
I feel like I can understand the idea behind that desire to use real footage because there's legitimacy to that actually being real. Like, that's a real dusty explosion of a missile exploding in the middle of an actual Middle Eastern town.
Whoever made that call is so detached from, like, people.
That's what I'm saying. If you...
And, like, the impacts of footage and images.
Maybe I'm totally off base here, but if you replace that with aliens knocking down the Twin Towers.
Yeah, this is literally the same thing as, like...
If you replace that with an alien roaming the halls of Columbine.
Yeah. That's
right?
a little extreme,
but literally, you're talking about
it's going
human tragedy, and you're compositing aliens in it for like the feel-good movie, like exciting, woo.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is devastating footage to lots of family. Sorry, I'm getting a little hot, but.
Couple caveats here. Context of a scene does matter. If you're making a World War II film and you have a clip from a newsreel of like a plane getting blown up or bombs going off, okay, like it makes sense. It's within context of the film, and it's like taking it seriously. It's like being historically relevant. Or if you're using footage for reference.
It literally ends with he needs to buy something from Amazon so they can activate the drone, so it can bring him like batteries or something that he needs in order to save the world. All right, let me head to
Amazon.com. Flash drive. Clicks on it. Buy now. Address. DHS.
Gross.
Wow.
And on the way, the Amazon drone crashes by a homeless guy, and so they buy a $1,000 Amazon gift card to give to the homeless guy to help the Amazon drone.
Oh my God!
It's so...
Who's reptilians making this movie, dude? What's going on?
Sir.
Please flip it over. Oh, I guess there's explosions.
For a year?
Come
and he's
on,
like,
guys.
what? He's like,
Wait, give him an Amazon gift card for $1,000. Hurry.
Oh my God. Amazon.
That'll get him. He's like, all right, for that? Heck yeah, dude.
Amazon Prime Air.
Amazon Prime Air, in-flight GPS. It's in smart mode. Dude, look at this interface for the Amazon drone.
Yeah, Amazon Prime Air.
It's just the DJI interface with a different logo on the top corner.
The audacity of them to try to do this. This is a movie that deserves its Rotten Tomatoes 0% score.
Yeah, rotoscoping someone's death and like animating on top of it is, that's weird. That's super weird.
Apparently it was a team of around 10 VFX artists.
Bless them.
For the whole movie.
Yeah.
And they worked on it for about a year. and that was back in 2021.
Yeah, what a ride.
Hopefully lessons were learned from the blowback from this, because I don't get it.
No one sets out to make a bad movie.
Look, if you guys have any recommendations, I need some visual smelling beans. If you have any recommendations for some visual smelling beans, please leave them down below. So ideally, if they have some sick effects in them. Thank you for subscribing. Consider checking it out, the show on corridordigital.com, because we have extended reacts there, and I'm sure there's some big goofs from this episode on corridordigital.com right now. We'll see you guys next week. It was a pleasure and a little bit painful this time. All right, bye.